Do I touch everything?
And I make sure that
Touch everything.
all right. I think we're live now. So thank you.
Okay.
And thank you everybody that's coming here today. And we're going to I'm going to share my screen in a second, and we're going to try to mute. Okay, and here we go. We go. So thank you very much. And here we are today. We're going to do poems and speech live today on Facebook. And today I'm going to do the host, and with Roberta will be there with us today, and she's going to moderate with me. And she always helps me very, very good with my speech. And Yvonne is going. We're going to interview Yvonne. She is an author, a poet, a media creator. She's had multiple strokes, and she's a stroke and aphasia adversity. So thank you very much. And if we can go to, and let me go live here. Can you see on my screen, or do you want me to? Can you see that, Roberta?
Yes, yes.
Yep, I can. All right. So again, welcome everyone. I'm very pleased to introduce Yvonne Kent Pateras. She, as Mark said, she's an author, a poet, an inspirational speaker, an aphasia advocate, and a stroke warrior who has conquered at least 3 strokes. And I've seen among the many books she's authored, 5 strokes, thank you. There's 3 poetry books that, and probably I'm missing some. I know 2 for adults and 1 for children. So you definitely are doing everything you can to get the word out. And Yvonne speaks about how she has used poetry to help her find her motivation and tools to keep moving forward. Yvonne's life experiences as a teacher, an editor, and a poet really allow her spirit to shine through in her writings and her approach to recovery. Of your poetry, Yvonne, the quote that I read that I absolutely love was, "Poetry takes the weight off my legs and heart and gives me wings." Your poems voice both the initial shock and loss experienced at the onset of a stroke and the joy of moving forward through hard work and the support of family and closest friends. While in recent years, people living with aphasia and those working in the area of rehabilitation have become more and more aware of the value of poems and stories in the recovery process, Yvonne was an early advocate of these tools. She joins us today from Athens, Greece, to share her poems and her amazing story. Thank you so much, Yvonne. And as Mark mentioned, if we hold our comments until the end, if possible, and if you're in the room and you want to try and either raise your hand or icon and let us know that you're wanting to speak, or if you're on Facebook, if you put a chat in, I will try and make sure that we get that question answered. At this point, I'll turn it back over to you, Mark and Yvonne. I'm looking forward to your conversation.
Thank you, Beretta.
I'm sorry that I'm going to ask you right away if you can share one of your poems.
Okay.
Poems, if that's okay.
It's okay.
It's Memories.
And Memories was the second poem I wrote. and it encompasses everything that I was feeling at the time. Okay, memories that travel through the revolving doors of my mind, never-ending corridors with scattered thoughts before me unwind. Must be autumn today in my head, for the leaves of paper billow and blow. I must put some order in the chaos and not let it grow. Each leaf has a word, each word has a sequence, each sequence has a method, which all starts with a word. I'm so glad it's autumn in my head today and words surround me, because it's only a matter of time until one escapes from my lips. I hope that man's right.
I love that, your poems, and you know, I really love the poem
Thank you.
about the autumn, and there's all the leaves, and finally it'll come to your lips, and you're able to speak it. It was really, I really loved it.
In my head, I imagined, because for years and years I had imagined a library, and in my head all the books that I couldn't read anymore, and I would try to visualize walking through the library, and somehow it's started the triggered the memories.
Hmm.
Wow.
And I love all the pictures that you use and to describe about your it goes very well with the
I
work.
tried to select pictures. I've attempted a couple of my own, but not great at the moment. My friend is an artist, and she contributes, and other I have got from the public domain, but I select the picture with the poem, so it's not just a quick thought, it's a process. It takes a lot of time usually, and if I don't find the perfect picture, I will draw it or get someone to draw it.
Um, what on here? I think that people really want to know, like, about how before you had your stroke, and
Mhm.
we know that you're from Liverpool. Uh,
Yes.
yes, and my wife is from Liverpool, and she her whole family came back to the U.S. when she was 8. So
Oh,
yes, but she hasn't been back yet. So hopefully one day we'll be there. But there's a good
it's a wonderful place. I love Liverpool. It's the place I was born, the place I grew up in, and it was when I was growing up, it was a cauldron, the music, poetry, everything. So it was the right place to be a child in, really. And I went to school, nothing very interesting, normal child. And then we met Demetrius. He was doing his doctorate in London. He was actually lecturing at London University as well. And I was working as an editor after that in American House magazine. And we had a great life. We had our first son and the second son, and life was perfect. And the thing that made me come back to Greece was to made the journey. I suffered with an uncle was dying of cancer, and I was traumatized. It was so close to me, and Demetrius was hadn't done the Greek army, and if you don't do the army in Greece, you have no right to come back to the country ever. You know, so I thought, imagine if he couldn't visit his mum and dad. They were getting elderly, so we decided to come back temporarily, and that's temporary. I'm still here.
Wow. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful country.
Yes,
Yes, and all the you know, when you have put out you have a lot of quotes, uh, inspirational quotes, and the pictures in Greece. It's just beautiful, beautiful, and
it's very easy to be inspired in Greece. No, it really is. And I think that I loved history a lot. And Greece is the cradle of all history, and to me, and philosophy and everything. So I could take the time to look back and enjoy it,
yeah.
and never get bored.
You said that you were a an ordinary when you were growing up. I
Yeah,
think you were more than uh, you were more very the things that you were doing with your
I
dad
guess.
he would I mean you used to write your
He
own.
wasn't. He wasn't ordinary. He wasn't ordinary. My father was. I think most. I'm not saying it just because he was my dad, but he was the most intelligent man I've ever known. When he made a game with me and my brother and sister, um, that we could ask him any question regarding anything,
Mhm.
and he would pay us amount if you ever got the question wrong. And we never, ever managed to catch him with anything. It could be on astronomy, it could be on astrology, anything. He knew everything. I don't know how. He's just a man that he was a very, very modest man, but he was a very, very intelligent man as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that you told me that what your dad said that that you know there's going to be a time that he's not going to be with you, and
Yeah.
you should be able you sh- you need somebody to talk to, and if you
Yeah.
don't have the if you can't talk to somebody, you should keep writing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
keep writing about it. So I think when you had your stroke, you
Excellent.
started writing again, and it helped you because
Definitely.
like you're like I think all of us here that had a stroke, it's like you're isolated from everybody, and it's you in your brain,
Yeah.
and if you're able to start writing again, or uh, to
With me, it was when I had the initial hemorrhage. I I didn't know anything. I really didn't know anything at all. I didn't know to spell, to write a word. I had to relearn everything when I gained movement, because initially I was paralyzed and locked in. So I have books and books here on just filled with A, B, C, till I learned, and writing sentence together, and I couldn't formulate a sentence. I couldn't speak. Couldn't formulate a sentence, so I just did the ABC. When I started to be able to formulate, it came out poetry. 3 words, 4 words is something triggered in my mind of poetry. And when I started to speak, I could speak with, I think I was saying yesterday, it's like rap with poetry coming out. And so I was more comfortable with poetry than, it was more easy on my brain than, other words. Other words didn't flow.
Right.
And poetry flows. It had the movements and everything. I think you understand, all the audience understands that.
I think so too. Yes. Can we go to another one of your another poem of yours?
Okay.
Lost Word.
Okay, lost words. Lost words. This is a later poem of mine. The initials one I wrote it with the first book. This is in the second book. Lost words. If my lost words were measured in leaves, they would be a rainforest, blowing around your feet, revealing rust-stained tears. If my lost words were edible, they would not be bitter, but gentle, fluid, and sweet, soft like silky candy floss, dissolving, dancing around my teeth. Sweet, sticky words, lyrical words, bouncy words, bubbly words. If my words were flowers, they would fill valleys with color, misting the earth with technicolor and aromatic bombs. If my words were free and not slaves, they would sing like an ascension of logs with perpetual and angel sighs. That's thank you.
Yeah, and you're very very powerful, but also positive. You know, all the words you're saying, you know, all the words are beautiful, and it's, you know, bubbly, and everything is nice.
I'm very positive. I don't say that as just to maybe get people to say why, because I was from day one positive when I had the stroke. And I remember the neurologist saying to me, like 3-4 months down that line, I was always smiling. I couldn't talk. I was like smiling. I said, what do you have to smile about? I thought, I will tell you one day. But, you know, this is the thing. I didn't let pity or get to me, because that's not the weapon I could use to get out of this mess.
Right.
It was positivity and strength, mental strength. And I know that, you know, a lot of people, we get better at different stages in our life. It takes 2, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15 years. But all the time, we have to, aphasia moment, we have to I totally lost thought. We have to be, I'm sorry, Mark, it's a aphasia moment.
Okay. We can, you know, I was going to go to the next one, because what you were talking about being positive, because of your kids, your sons.
Yeah,
You were very positive because you wanted to you wanted to be good for yourself, so that they were so worried about you,
Yes,
and,
yes,
and you wanted to get better for them
yeah,
too.
yes, yes. They were the most important thing. My husband, you met him, Roberta met him, and you see he's so nice, and he spent the whole time sleeping on the floor of the hospital, you know. When I saw the suffering of my husband and my sons, I can never, ever be a part of that knowingly. Because if there's something that I could do to get better, I would try, because I would do it, because I couldn't bear the suffering. I couldn't bear the suffering. That pain was my reason to get better. Okay.
And I like in the book, in your book, and I
Yeah, it's okay.
they talk about your husband, and you have dedicated, how uh, he was, and he was always with you. And the only time
Was,
that he left is one of the kids were there,
oh
so he
yeah, yeah, yeah.
get a shower and get something to eat, and he would come back again.
No, prepare food for the boys to eat,
Oh,
and
okay.
he said something on the way. Of course, he'd eat a bit of that, but he was telling me with the nurses all through the nights, because if I wasn't turned, because I couldn't move, I get bed sores, and so they were constantly turning me. And this poor man, he had to, the room didn't have enough space for a bed or chair, and he at the side he had to lie on a concrete floor for the whole time. So he's really a hero, you know. He's really special. Yeah, you met him. You can see how special he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice that we pre interviewed with, and he came to talk to us too, and it was right, he's
He's a lovely, lovely person.
yes, really nice, and so you're so I know that you're so proud of your
Yes, and my grandsons. Four
you-
grandsons and three sons. And funny you said about the book. The eldest grandson is so funny, and he when I dedicated the book to my husband, he corrected it and said, cross out, I dedicated to my husband. He wrote, I dedicated to my grandson, who was there 24 hours a day with, in pen. Is amazing. That's the beauty of life. The simple things, really simple things.
wow, and they're all their careers, everything they're doing, they're
Yeah, they're amazing.
yes, and but when they were young, they were all uh, models, right? They were models,
Sorry?
weren't they?
Yeah, they all had uh, Gregory, my first, was an actor as well. A year at university, they asked him to do a British sitcom program, and it was called Brookside, and he played a major heartthrob in this series.
Oh, wow.
And James Ben is a kickboxing and kickboxing karate champion in Greece. He was 18, had the chance to go to the Olympics. James has a couple of adverts for a Jane Eyre. So the businessmen, they don't go the glamorous. And, you know, I remember saying to Ben, go for the Olympics. You can always go to university. But he said to me, no, Mum, I'm going to university. I had sensible kids. I would have gone to the Olympics, definitely.
Wow, that's something. I have four kids, and they were models too. Two of them,
Oh,
uh,
that's what happens.
yeah, two of them, they're twins, and they were in a soap opera.
Yeah, Gregory isn't so proper.
Yeah, yeah, but they were really young when they did it. So
I have the twins. My Gregory has one, the other son, and two twins, and I call them the Crays because they they are they're not they're really good kids. I'm just joking because they're so focused. They're so focused. They're excellent footballers, and they're determined to be a footballer. And there's nothing, going to persuade them that this is not the career for them. And the little one, is so funny. He lost his tooth a while back, and he wrote to the tooth fairy, and he said, "Dear tooth fairy, I swallowed my tooth, and it's gone into my stomach. Well, we can do this the easy way or the difficult way. Let me know which you prefer." So you can get the little boy is so funny.
Well, if you don't do anything, it's only a matter of time that you'll see it again.
The easier we can do this the easy way and the hard way.
um, can we? There's another. If we go to another poem, if you're able to.
Yeah,
Uh,
stroke block. This is called stroke block. It's from the early book. I do not think I can write today. My thoughts lay in stagnant pools on my feet. Each word takes flight. My words are like my children, some naughty but always nice. Today, with lips sealed closed, they do not want to speak or sing. They prefer to play charades and leave me guessing.
yeah, if you can't. You have a block on in your mind, and but you were still able to write something. And I feel that way a lot of times. Is that I don't there's a block in my mind, and but you were able to still be positive with it. It was nice.
Look, we have to 99% be positive.
Yes.
There'll be that 1% that's normal to all human beings to get in, a bad mood. But I don't want a stroke. I was saying before, something like that. I don't want stroke or TB. I suffered. Think, okay, this is it. This is it. What I'm going to do, they tell me I'm going to plateau. I'm going to never get better. It's 10 years, 15 years. I am, no, you can always get better. And if you don't, that's the way it's going to be. Okay, I don't think anybody who has not got the resources or the willpower will will not get better to some degree. But don't look back. Don't look back in your life to be Mark that you were before, Yvonne that you were before. That's gone. That's really gone.
Yes.
And people do a very bad thing. They separate their identity, the before and after. This is not good. It's you all the time. It's you that's just had a stroke. Not me before, and I was Superman or Superwoman, and now I'm just trying to prove myself and do something. You always Yvonne was Mark. Yeah, that's what you have to realize, and don't get down about having blocks. Live your life, and you're accomplishing a lot, Mark. You're doing the poems and speech, and this is helping people with aphasia. It's really good, and you've got a gift yourself. Yeah, you have. I told you a couple of times.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you have. I'm sure we all have gifts, and I haven't read any this man. I want to read some of the poetry of this man we were talking before too, because for some reason when a person suffered this problem, we all have an ability to write. I don't know why. I don't know how. It just happens.
Yeah, it's to start writing again and using poetry, to when I did it, it was uh, to describe what was happening in my brain, what was happening to my body, what was happening with my soul too, and
Yeah,
in a stroke, it makes you to not believe in yourself, but you have to be able to uh, you have to believe yourself and start writing again and to express yourself. It was very dark in the beginning in my brain,
yeah.
and
Oh
starting
yeah.
to write again, it helped.
Can you read you the first poem I ever wrote? It's just a short poem, because this will tell you how dark it was for me when I first wrote the poem. It's called Fear, and I wrote it. The first thing I managed to write: Fear. You can't understand. You don't seem to see the terrible anguish that's coursing through me. It attacks without warning. The onslaught will begin. An invisible enemy strikes from within, eats at your heart and squeezes your lungs with abandoned stream. It catches you off guard, then enhances your soul, then sends back a message up, sorry, and last one, you lose control. Can I do that again? Messed it up. You can't understand, you don't seem to see the terrible anguish that's coursing through me. It attacks without warning, the onslaught will begin. An invisible enemy strikes from within. Eats at your heart, it gnaws at your brain, squeezes your lungs with abandoned restraint, catches you off guard, and injures your soul, then stands back and laughs while you lose control. That's how dark the words came out initially for me.
And I think that when you start writing again, you're taking the control
Yeah,
over your mind again.
you're cleaning your head, cleaning your hearts of these emotions. I would have needed 10 therapists if I'm not, I don't know, because I can't talk easily about my problems to a professional, but I can write them down. I can write, and yeah, that's what I do.
And I just want to just touch on everything that happened, and you're able to uh, go beyond everything that you went through, and to have a stroke, it's really bad, but to have 3 more, and then
Five more. 3 ischemic and 2 hemorrhagic.
yes,
5.
and they weren't able to give you the
A
medicine.
reason. No. Because within my tendency to breathe, they couldn't give me a clot busting medication. So what they did was had amazing doctors, and my neurologist. I'm lucky. I ended up in this hospital in Greece. He was amazing, and he had to, because I can't have anesthetic or adrenaline. I had an operation which for my the vein in my throat through. I had an operation which lasted 2-3 hours. It threaded like a stent, but it's not a stent. Past my heart, past my lungs, because I had an embolism in my lung as well, and it went down past the kidneys, and then it's opened, and this stops any clots passing up the upper half of my body. So that's in for life, which is a good thing.
Wow. You have you was working with on a video, and hopefully this will work. I want to share.
Okay.
Put my screen again, and hopefully it'll work.
Okay.
Let me see. And this is beautiful. Hopefully this will work, and everybody can hear it.
Times like these, we need to be aware. We need to protect our family and each other, because that's the only way we can change. And change is needed.
Can you hear it?
And every day we tell ourselves that we gotta keep going. We gotta keep living. There's no river in town, and he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Better watch your back, it's time, and he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Oh, it can happen to anyone, it can happen to you. Anytime, any place, he don't need a rendezvous. It's never too late, he'll always find time. Just another burger or a glass of wine, and you begin to choke. It's no laughing matter, this ain't a joke. This is the reaper's blow. Oh, you think it won't happen to you? You wear a Teflon coat, do you? It will dance all night with you, till the blues wrap around and you can move. There's a new river in town, and he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Better watch your back, it's time. He's coming for you, he's coming for you. There's a new river in town, and he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Better watch your back, it's time. He's coming for you, he's coming for you. Oh, he ain't fussy what you wearing, he will fit anew. Maybe mahogany could be the best for you. There's a reaper in town, he will sit We will dance all night with you. Moves wrap around and you can't move. There's a new river in town. And he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Better watch your back and son. And he's coming for you, he's coming for you. There's a new river in town. And he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Better watch your back and son. And he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Oh, you think it won't happen to you? You wear a Teflon coat, do you? There's a new reaper in town, and he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Better watch your back and son, and he's coming for you, he's coming for you.
Well,
It's meant to not scare us. It's it was written for the people who haven't had a stroke. It's trying to make them aware of stroke awareness. It was we being scared enough. it's I wrote it for Stroke Awareness Week, but I know I wanted to make the message shoot. It can happen to anybody. It can happen. You think you're bulletproof? No, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that, oh, it won't happen, and I didn't think it was going to happen either.
no, and no going back. So
Yeah.
I thought, make it scary, because that will scare anybody, hopefully, and yeah, they make them think twice about putting off the test, or doing something about the blood pressure. Yeah, making people more aware. That's a hot word.
I want to just start or end with one of your quotes, and then I want to let everybody, if anybody has comments, but I think that you're not just doing your poems, your
No, I published a book of inspiration quotes, and I'm just finishing another one. And this money has gone to the hospital, or the purpose going to the hospital. So yeah, it's going to a good cause.
and I love this quote that you have.
Okay.
Uh,
Which way should I go? To the right, where nothing is left anymore, or to the left, where nothing's left anymore, or forward, where every potential dream awaits me. And you.
I love that one, and you have a on Facebook also. You have the stroke.
Support group.
Yes, the support group, and you're helping everybody there with only also with the quotes, inspirational quotes, and also uh, you know things for math, about math and everything
Yeah.
else. You're really helping a lot of people.
Thank you. It was in the beginning. I started. I realized the stroke is so many people couldn't speak. Many people couldn't write or do maths, and everybody's need was different. So I tried to be comprehensive, and everybody's stage is different. So I put it up there to help people who couldn't find help. It was before the days of Pinterest and things like that. So it was nothing, a few sites and the major sites. So it was just to help people. Like I see people trying to contact me, and I said, I have to do something. Have to get that,
But thank you. I think when I started looking for poetry, because it's like, is there other people doing poems after having a stroke? And when I found your books, I was like, oh, like this is, you know, it. I was able to look up to what you were doing, and I was like, like this is what can happen. This will help. This helps, and
yeah.
you know,
I remember you starting your first prose, and they're raw and but they're so meaningful, so meaningful. And I watched you, and I commented because I liked your poetry a lot. I could relate it to it, in fact, a lot.
well, thank you. Like uh, I have very simple poems, very simple, but it. I'm just trying to get my thoughts out.
Message out, and you getting a great message out. Not only you, if you they helped yourself, you're helping other people now, and through helping other people, like I find it, I help myself. So it's a win-win situation. Generally, you don't really realize at the time, but helping other people, you get to help yourself as well. I found that out.
Well, thank you. I don't know if anybody here. I haven't looked at any of the comments on Facebook, but if anybody
Because we,
has,
Michelle and you and me, but a couple of guests.
and I'm afraid to look on the comments and missing something. So, but if anybody wants to have a comment, let me see if there's any on. I got that on.
Mark, can you hear me? It's Roberta.
Yes, yes.
I was going to say the comments coming through on Zoom are just how beautiful and the poems are. And I apologize. I seem to have trouble seeing the comments on Facebook, so I do apologize. This will be, so if anybody does have has a comment on Facebook, I apologize. I can't see it. I know you're going to post this later, Mark. So people, if we see those comments, we can try and answer them later. And hopefully, again, if you had trouble seeing the whole thing today, you can go back and look at the video. I want to thank, Mark, you and Yvonne for just really a beautiful presentation. I think that, this is really something that should be shown in all kinds of graduate schools for people who are learning speech pathology, because, you've spoken to the individual nature of the journey and the importance of being kind and gentle with yourself, no matter where you are on the journey, that you may not be where you want to be yet. And it's not because of anything you did or you didn't do. It's not to be angry at yourself or to think that you're not doing the right thing, but to know that you are amongst people, you're doing things. I think everybody that's there doing poetry now, that is doing art, because sometimes maybe if the words don't want to come through the pencil, the images may come through through charcoal or drawing. So it's just really, you really have given such beautiful information, and your poems, are just beautiful, Yvonne. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Roberta and Mark. And remember, when I get the musical done, you have a part, and Mark has a part. And thank you all the people watching. Thank you for just being okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And I know your books are available on Amazon, and I know
Yes.
Mark usually has a link to your books as well on poems and speech. So we're looking, and we'll look forward to hearing about that musical.
Yes.
Well, definitely can hold me to it. Okay.
Roberta, I got
Sure.
your text and there are no comments on Facebook that are unanswered. You guys did a remarkable job.
Oh,
So
thanks,
thank
Nick.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. Kiss for everybody.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you.
And a happy, healthy new year.
Yeah,
you
everybody,
too.
stay on for a second. I'm going to stop on live, and then we could say goodbye after we
Okay.
stop. Right there.
Bye bye, Yvonne.